Unhelpful advice?
Unhelpful advice.
Unhelpful advice with Bobby, Kalila, and Paul Banks.
All right, guys, I'm a huge fan. I know this question seems pretty tame compared to some of the stuff you usually talk about, but I had nobody else to turn to. My problem is that my girlfriend can't sing. Now, usually this isn't such a big deal, but the problem is my girlfriend wants to be a professional singer. She is a hard worker and she's dedicated a lot of energy and time into practice and lessons. She's also traditionally attractive. Despite this, she can never seem to get an opportunity to perform professionally and doesn't know why. She thinks it's because she's a person of color, but the reality is she's completely tone deaf. She spent money to get semi-professional recordings of herself, and it still doesn't register. I try to be as supportive as I can be and keep the shadow play to a minimum. Should I just be straight up with her and ruin her dream, or just stay out of it? I just feel like she could be devoting her time and money to something more fruitful. Wow.
Oh, shit.
His name is D.
I've done that with, there was a stand-up that I dated.
Okay.
And she was fucking terrible. And for 6 months, I would say, yeah, you're good. Just keep working. And then one day I just realized she doesn't have it. Any of it. And I just got out of the situation, you know? You know, you can't support mediocrity. You can't blow wind up somebody's ass and tell them that they're good. Or do you think you lie? I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I would lie.
You would?
Yeah,
like it.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I would never be comfortable, shitting on somebody's dream. But yeah.
But even Paul, but just listen. Even if, let's suppose, they were absolutely tone deaf and just had no business whatsoever. They don't know anything about songwriting or anything.
I see what you're saying, though. He doesn't have to be the one to break the news. At some point, life might do that.
Well, and I would say, yeah, life will. Like it probably, if she's terrible, then it's just not really going to work out. But he could also take creative angles and say, like, why don't we use some auto-tune? The kids like it. Shadow into some production.
Yeah, shadow play. Yeah.
Is that, what do you mean? What is shadow play? I don't know if I've heard this term before. I'm serious.
I know. Well, there's a song called Shadow Play.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it means from the song, but I use it, in terminologies, you know. And to me, I just made up the meaning of the word. Oh. So the meaning to me is doing stuff that's kind of lying.
But not blatant.
Lying.
Helping someone out in a subtle lie.
Right.
Oh, okay. Can it also be like being manipulative though?
A little bit, yes.
But white like being just kind of like, it's not, your intentions aren't, awful or bad. You're just being playful.
Yeah.
But you have to do it. You have to do shadow play in many circumstances in life.
Auto-tune is shadow play.
Yeah,
okay,
auto-tune is shadow play.
I was kind of like, why do I not know this term?
I know.
Explain it to me.
Well, I made it up. Yeah, I mean, isn't that's a Joy Division song, right? Shadow play?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know as much as I should know.
Yeah, but when you listen to the lyrics, you don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just used it.
It's a great term.
Yeah.
I really like this term, and I'll propagate that and credit you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also just I don't even identify with the impulse that this guy's having to kind of like, I don't know. I feel like if someone is happy and they're your partner, I feel like if you desperately need them to be making money to help support like a child you have, then you might have to give them tough love about like, this is not practical. You're not going to make money doing that. But if this is something that's making this, girl happy, then I think you should just be encouraging and not like what's your beef,
but what about for you, when you found out that the girl didn't have it in comedy, did that turn you off? Did her lack of talent turn you off? But her perseverance.
It was an unrequited situation.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't count.
She wouldn't fuck me.
You said she was your girlfriend.
Well, I thought she was. Well, I can blast her name out right now.
Don't do that.
I'm not gonna do
Please
it.
Don't.
But she was the one also that I took to that Fox party, and she gave her a business card
that one.
to the president of Fox. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, you fucking crazy bitch?
Yeah.
I don't. I mean. You don't bring
I agree with you.
a date to a fucking Fox party, and she leaves the table and goes to the president of Fox. I'm a comedian too.
That's embarrassing.
Here's my headshot.
Right, and she's like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Yeah.
And then I dragged her from the table, and I go, "I'm so sorry." Right, and I go, "This is not how you make it."
Yeah.
Yeah, you get an agent and you do the Tonight Show, and then eventually people ask you to do shit.
Did you ever watch the episode where Joe Rogan was talking to Brendan Schaub? Are you a Joe Rogan fan?
I love Joe.
Yeah. So when he told Brendan to not be in the UFC anymore.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right. I remember
That was
that.
intense.
Yeah.
That was intense.
Yeah.
That was really, I was like,
Uncomfortable. Yeah.
yeah.
And then what did Brendan say?
He took it really well, if I remember. But yeah, Joe was just kind of like, I saw your last fight, and I don't think you have this. Like, I don't think you have this mentally, I think was the gist he was saying. And it was really tough love. But it came across as the good kind. Like, it seemed like very good, loving life advice to his buddy. And obviously, it's like things have gone very well for Brendan since
Yeah.
then.
And also, that's a very costly sport too. You know,
Totally.
where it's it would warrant that kind of conversation where you're like, hey, dude, your life's on the line. Maybe consider not getting your brain bashed in anymore. So
Yeah.
I just got goosebumps when you said that. Because I didn't realize that conversation had happened. I don't know Brendan Schaub from UFC. I know Brendan Schaub as a comedian. And he's good.
He's good, huh?
Right? He's getting better. The other day he pulled up in his brand new Porsche. Listen, why are you cackling? All right? He pulled up to the comedy store, and usually comics, when they pull up the comedy store, you can't park there. Only the best park there. Like I park there. Rogan parks there. Dalia, we all get to park there.
Yeah.
But Brandon just went right in, got out of the car, and they all, like he's a part of it. And in my head, I do know that Brendan was a fighter. I never saw any of his fights. But it's so crazy to think that he reinvented himself by doing something else. And Joe probably saved his life. And that's when you said that, I got fucking goosebumps.
And Joe probably also saw a bunch of other things that he was capable of doing. Because I bet you anything, if it was a guy who didn't have a lot of other types of potential, and it was just this like raw fighter, and that's really all he had going, you'd be a little bit more cautious to tell him to stop making a living.
Yeah.
But he probably saw Brendan as someone funny and good on a mic and all these things that he is now.
Totally.
I don't know why, and I'm sure Joe's gonna hear about it because I'm gonna say this now, but I'm so intimidated by him in a way. When I see him, he always says hi. He always hugs me. One time he kissed me in the cheek, right? I've heard him talk about me on his podcast. Like people give me clips.
Yeah.
I saw Bobby Lee there, and he said, killed it So there's no. I mean, we're friends, but there is just because of the fact that it's either he's an alpha male and I'm not, or he was a headliner when I started. But there's something going on psychologically that when I'm around him, I'm aware that I'm around him. I'm not like that with Dana Carvey or anybody else, like anyone big. It's him, and Mark Maron is the same way.
Is it alpha, or is it just that he's very comfortable in his own skin?
Wow.
I don't think he's necessarily. He's a very knowing man. He's a very brilliant, intelligent guy.
He is very smart. Yeah.
And I think maybe you think he's always going to have something back to say to you if you were to like misspeak, maybe.
No, that's not what it is either.
Do you have someone in your life that you feel that same way about, where you're like, whoa, I don't know why. I mean, he's a peer of mine, but you have that reverence. Like
I've had it.
Yeah.
I don't have it that I can think of right now, but I've definitely had it.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah, like looking up to somebody, and I think it was uncomfortable at the time to be that sort of in awe of a peer.
Yeah.
But then I resolved it. Yeah. And then I think you just have to, love yourself and love them.
Right.
Like,
it's getting better. I'm not saying. I mean, because before I couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
Like 15 years ago, I would be like, oh yeah, okay, I'll.
But it's so funny that you say that, because you guys have such you've had bonding experiences with Joe where you almost got killed at the strip club together.
I know.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I've had.
That's because you were, and it was you.
It was
the one,
him.
right? Yeah, it was you. That's a good story.
What?
It was you. Not that you were inadvertently generating the danger.
Yeah.
And Joe was like,
Yeah.
we gotta get out of
Joe
here.
was like,
That's a
they
great
have
story.
guns, and you're like, I don't give a fuck.
I know.
That part, right?
But I know. But first of all, can I just say this? I'm 47. I must have been 25 years old when that happened.
Yeah.
I was, and also, if you see photos of me at 25, I look like I'm 11.